Okay, so pushing on with our dictionary methods, we have 3 more to talk about. So the first one is pop. And if you remember back to the lists methods video when we talked about pop, it was a way to remove an item from a list. So it does the same thing in a dictionary, but it's a bit different in that we have to provide the key of what we want to remove. So we have to provide the key like this right here, d.pop a, and d is this dictionary. It's then going to remove the key value pair where the key is A. So then we end up with C and B, and that's it. And also, if you try and pop something that doesn't exist in there, like E, it will give you an error. So here's an example. We have instructor still. Perfect. Let's say I want to remove owns dog because my dog sadly passed away. Let's do instructor.pop owns _ dog. And it returns true because that is the value that has been removed, the corresponding value. Just like with a list, when we pop something, if you remember, we could remove it, but then the second thing is that it returned the value of what was removed. So in a dictionary, it doesn't return the key because we're giving it the key, so we already have that, but it does return the value. And if we look at instructor again, now owns dog is gone. And unlike a list where we could do something like list.pop and not pass anything in, and it would just pick the last thing. That doesn't work in a dictionary because there's no order. So if I just try instructor.pop, I get an error. Expected at least 1 arguments, got 0. Same thing, we'll get a different error, but if I try and remove something that doesn't exist, like email, I get a key error because it can't find anything with the key of email. So if we did want to just randomly delete something, even though there is no order, unlike a list, if we just wanted to remove anything from a dictionary, enter pop item. So pop item does just that. We don't provide any data to it. We don't pass a key. It will just pick something at random to remove from a dictionary. So here we go, instructor.pop item. And so it removed the key 44, which was set to my favorite number. We could do it one more time. And this time it removed is hilarious, which was set to false. And if we look at instructor, both of those are gone. And if I did try and pass something in, like I wanted to remove name, it gets mad at me and says, hey, pop item takes no arguments, and you gave me 1. So that's pretty much it to pop item. It will remove something at random. Oh, and as for what this is here, we'll learn in the next section. It's not a list, and it's not a dictionary, it's something else. Lastly, we have update. So what update will do is it will take a list and update a set of key and values into another list. So let me just show an example here. Here we have first, which is a dictionary, same one we've been working with. A is 1, B is 2, and so on. And then we have an empty dictionary set to the variable name second. And if I do second.update first, what it will do is take everything in first and add it to second. So let's take a look now. What does instructor look like? Poor instructor. Still has a couple of properties in there. So let me make another variable, and this one I will call person. And person, I won't just make it empty. Let me add one thing in here, like let's do city, which is going to be I do San Francisco too much. Let's do Antigua in Guatemala. Okay, just like that. And if I run person.update instructor, what it's going to do is take all these key value pairs from instructor and add them into person. So it won't overwrite city and remove it. But if we look at person now, it contains city, Antigua, and then name, NumCourse's favorite language. And instructor is unchanged. I should also mention though, if we do change something, let's say in person, I change name and I reset it to, rather than Colt, how about we go with Avelia, like this. And I look at person now, name is Avelia. If I run update again, it will overwrite name and change it to the name from person. So it doesn't just add values, keys and values that aren't there, it will also overwrite the ones that are there. So if I look at person now, its name is back to Colt. And last note about it, if I try to do, person.update and I give an empty dictionary and and I look at person, whoops, it doesn't do anything. So it's not going to remove things. It's only going to be additive or updative. It's going to edit the properties and overwrite them, but it won't remove them if we pass in, an empty dictionary or something that contains fewer properties. Okay, so that's update. We also saw pop item to get rid of a random key value in a dictionary, and pop, which forces us to specify what we want to remove by giving a key. And that wraps up these 2 videos on dictionary methods. Next, we're going to go in a slightly different direction, take a break from slides and just looking at new methods and syntax. We're actually going to try modeling something a bit more complex using nested lists and dictionaries to model playlists from my Spotify account.